Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. We are week two of this thing. Previous posts, I was talking about the opportunity we have to engage with one another and to really thrive through relationships with ourselves, thrive through relationships with our God, and thrive through relationships with our loved ones, right? Friends and so on and so forth. Customers, all depending on where your challenges are. And so as I was coming into this week, I kept telling myself, don't get mad. Be curious. Don't be judgmental. Be curious. Be curious. Be curious. Be curious. Be curious. And so this is not me telling you how to live your life. This is not me telling you what to do. This is a reminder to me. This is almost self-therapeutic to me. I have to remind myself of these things so I can take advantage of the opportunity. What I don't want is for this opportunity to go by and I know less than I should about my family, or I didn't optimize the opportunity to learn as much as I possibly can about my family, right? Got a wife, got 3 children, got a 4, got an 8, got a 12, right? Got a preteen, I got a little guy, and then I got a middle child who's a girl who likes to go in a room and lock the door, right? So I got and she has a little phone, whatever. So I have to make sure that I'm taking full advantage of this opportunity to learn as much as I possibly can about my family, my loved ones, because this is a key opportunity to just become more knowledgeable, develop my intel so that when they go through things, when they go through tough times, I have the necessary information to help them, process or navigate through that tough time. And so the reality is we oftentimes don't engage one another, right? Because when things are normal, you got work, right? So work keeps us disconnected. We have school that would keep us disconnected, right? We have homework that keeps us disconnected. The work that we brought home keeps us disconnected. We have the basketball practice that keeps us connected. We have the cheerleading practice. We have the dance class. We have the piano lessons. We have all these things that keeps us connected. And then finally, when everything is done, when all the work is done, I don't know if we're at the dinner table actually talking, conversating, or whatever the case may be. Some people do, some people don't. But then after that, we have Netflix to keep us disconnected. We have the NBA season to keep us disconnected. We have all these different things to keep us disconnected. And so there's probably a small portion of the time that we're actually engaging with one another, talking to one another, learning about one another, learning about each other's day, and trying to see, okay, what happened in your day that I can kind of use as information and to hopefully learn more about you in the days to come, right? So, if, you had 7 days of interaction with different people, and 3 of those days you got triggered, you got pissed off, you got upset, or maybe you got excited. I got to figure out what's the common thread, right? So that doesn't happen a lot, but now it's happening because we're sitting on top of each other all day, right? And we get done with the work really quickly. And so what is there to do? You can't go outside. You shouldn't be going outside. You should be, in the same space. And so now what are we doing? Are we just distancing ourselves from each other and not engaging in conversation, or are we having more talks? But in having those talks and having more interaction, you start realizing how annoying people are. You start realizing that, man, where did you get that annoying habit from? You know what I'm saying? Is that something you got from home, or is that something you got from school, or vice versa? Trying to figure it all out. And this is that moment in time where you can't get annoyed with the people that you love. You have to become curious so that you can make yourself aware of where people are coming from, how are people developing, how are people growing, what habits are developing, what ways of thinking are starting to develop, so on and so forth. This is a great opportunity to, again, get to know one another, but by being connected all the time, there's a greater opportunity for conflict. There's a great opportunity for annoyance and irritation and frustration. I mean, there's a lot of families that get really at each other's throat on vacation. Here you are, you spent all this money, you invested all this money to have a great time, and you're on your vacation. Next thing you know, you doing one of these numbers. You looking for a fight, and this could happen right now. And so as I say this, remember, as I say this, I am letting you hear it, but I am talking to myself. I'm letting you hear it, but I'm talking to myself. It's a great opportunity to learn about the people that you care about. It's a great opportunity to exercise curiosity over judgment, and hopes that you can reduce the amount of times you get frustrated, mad, upset, and you increase the amount of times that you develop intel about the people that you love the most, so that down the line, if necessary, if needed, you can help them through some tough times. Okay, so again, that's why I don't call myself a life coach, because I am in no position to tell anybody how to live their life. But I also like to use this platform to provide some practical advice that I am applying in my life, in hopes that maybe you might find it useful as well. Marv Fox Jr. Done.